blog I'll be explaining about marketing myths, what they are, where they come from. I'll also be talking about the internal and microenvironments of the marketing world. I'll be giving some examples of each of these points from the business world, and I'll be explaining the details behind them. What are marketing myths? Marketing myths are believed by some people to be rules of the marketing world. However, many of these so-called truths are false and can mislead businesses into having poor marketing practices. I'll be going through some of these myths and proving that they are false. I'll also be giving a few examples of businesses that have fallen for these myths and ones that have proved these myths wrong. Why do they exist? Marketing myths can come out in many ways. One of the ways a myth can be created is due to the information being passed down from older, more experienced marketers that are less knowledgeable in modern marketing techniques. This can cause them to tell myths that are no longer true and mislead experienced people. The first myth I'm going to be talking about is customer is king or queen. This myth is very commonly thought to be true. This can be true for some businesses in certain situations, however, it is not the best way to market a business. For example, Apple does not treat its customers as king, as they use planned obsolescence to make customers buy new products as frequently as possible. They do this by making the batteries in their devices stop working after a year or two, as well as only updating software to the newer iPhones. This planned obsolescence is not treating the customer as a top priority, as it forces them to buy new products and costs them a lot of money. The more communication the better is the second myth I'm going to be talking about. Some businesses believe that constant communication to possible and current customers is very important, as it will ensure that they're reminded of their brand and their products. However, this is actually counterintuitive, as it can lead to lots of customers feeling pressured into purchases and actually put them off making a purchase in the end. Myth number 3 is all about price. Although some people and businesses believe that price is the most important factor leading to high sales, whereas it is actually only the most important for low-cost, high-sales businesses. Other businesses such as Rolls-Royce, the luxury car manufacturer, sell at a higher price and make fewer sales, meaning that the quality of the product and the customer service is more important than the cost of the product, as it's not the buyer's main concern due to it being a high-end product. The customer is always right, which is a very well-known myth. However, contrary to popular belief, the customer is not always right in every decision that the business makes. Some customers are simply too hard to please and would end up costing the business far too much money to make the customer happy. This would end up displeasing more customers in the long run, as they will have less money to invest into better research and development, which will be a better way to satisfy more customers. Customers can also be wrong about what they think their needs are due to being misinformed, whereas a business that has done extensive market research will have a better idea of what the customer actually needs rather than what they think they want. When you have a well-loved product, some customers aren't going to respond to any attempts to improve it with an if it ain't broke, don't fix it mentality. This was a scenario cleaning products maker Gelmar faced when it began transforming its CLR brand of cleaning supplies to be more eco-friendly. So what is an internal environment? The internal environment will vary for all businesses, as it includes the employers, the managers, as well as anyone else who has a direct effect on the way the business is run. The internal environment also includes the culture of the business. No business has the same environment or culture as another. Every part of an internal environment can have a large effect on the performance of a business. Managers and shareholders have the biggest effect on the business, as they make the highest up decisions. They can decide what the business will focus on marketing and how they present the brand, as well as how they can refocus a business into new and existing markets that they have not yet entered. They massively affect the way the business runs, as their attitude to the workforce can lead to an improvement in efficiency, but it can also massively reduce the efficiency if the employees are not happy with their treatment. The employees also have a massive effect on the business, as they deliver the product to the customers. Having a highly trained workforce can lead to a massive improvement in quality and efficiency, so it's important to keep nurturing the workers with training, and they will feel more valued, meaning they are less likely to leave their job in search for better employers. So what is a microenvironment? Microenvironment are the factors and elements in an organisation's immediate area of operations that affect the performance and decision-making freedom. These factors include competitors, customers and distribution channels, as well as suppliers and the general public. The microenvironment cannot be controlled by the business itself, but the actions of the elements in the microenvironment can have a direct impact on business, and the effects are always close to the business, and only affect the performance of the business and the elements within their microenvironment. So what effects does the microenvironment have on the business? The microenvironment has a massive impact on the way that the business performs. This is due to the individuals that are in the microenvironment. Competition has a direct impact on the performance of a business, as they're trying to take customers from each other. So if one business released a new product that is more desirable than the competitors, then it will attract more customers, causing the competitors to lose out. An example of the competitor causing a loss of sales into a business is Netflix, as they entered the entertainment market, where Blockbuster was a leading brand in sales and renting of DVDs and video games. Netflix had a far superior service as they streamed films and TV programs online. This caused them to have a massive increase in subscriptions, which ended up leading to Blockbuster going into administration. Customers can have the biggest impact on the performance of a business as they are where the sales come from. Customers can be loyal to a brand if they have got good brand identity and good customer relations. Some businesses, however, do not have as much brand loyalty, which can lead to them sometimes losing customers to competitors. Sales of a product also depend on the customer's opinion of the product itself. If the product does not meet the user's needs or the product does not fill any need in the user's life, then the product will not sell. Another factor in the microenvironment that can have an impact on businesses is suppliers. If the suppliers have lots of control over the prices of their product caused by them having fewer competitors and having a majority market share, then the business that they supply to will have less control over what they pay for the suppliers, and they will not have many alternatives. This can cause damage to a business's performance due to the possibility of increased expenditure. A good relationship with a supplier will help improve a business, as they will more likely to be able to make a cheaper deal for the business to buy supplies. This will help them to save on expenditure and increase overall profits for the business. To briefly conclude, the performance of a business and how they market their products is massively influenced by all sorts of things, so it's important to take time in all decision-making processes. It's important to steer clear of all the marketing myths that can lead to worse performance. It's also very important to learn the intricacies of your business's internal and microenvironments, as this will better allow you to make decisions that will suit the majority of stakeholders. Thank you for listening.